Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Lunchtime live stream. I have no camera today. I just didn't get time to set it up, and my internet's being a little wonky, and I just wanted to go without a camera today. As always, we record these live streams in podcast format, so you can listen to them on the go or when, not live, and they'll have the same replay value as if you were listening live. Today, I want to talk about GPU mining. We are kind of at a crossroads right now. As you guys all know, the entity cracked into all of basically every core algorithm right now. They cracked into all the Caspa forks yesterday, leaving us with basically nothing as far as core algorithms go. If you look at profitability right now, too, you can see that at 13 cents kilowatt hour, which is my rate, and what I would argue is a lot lower than what most of the world currently has, at least for home mining. You're looking at nothing really good. At 13 cents, the highest profit right now is Zealous at 23 cents. And then we have the BC250s, which are apparently breaking even on iron, although I don't believe any of these hashrate.no results. And then, the 4070 Ti is losing money. The BC160 is positive at 1 cent. The 4080 is negative 18 cents. The 4090 is negative 2 cents on Pyram, which is kind of wild. We're just keep scrolling, and the 3090 Ti is negative. Basically everything but the 170 HXs are not worth mining with at 13 cents. If we go down to 10 cents, which there are a lot of people who have it, I mean, especially people that are mining, things look a little better. It basically 13 cents is the cusp of profitability, and if you're at 10 cents, the 170 HX goes back up to about 35 cents. 4070 Ti about 10 cents. Let's go down and see what we can find. The 4080 is at 2 cents. The 3070 is still negative at, the 3070 looks like, let's now remember, hashrate.no numbers are not perfect. I'm just using them as just a rough example. It looks like you're at about 4 to 5 cents with the 3070. 4090, you're making about 25 cents on Pyram for however long that lasts. Point is that profitability right now is borderline. Core algorithms are getting cracked open and destroyed by the ginormous entity farm. And I feel like, GPU mining morale is definitely at an all-time low right now, and we're at a crossroads. So thank you guys for everybody else who's tuning in. Backwards Miner said he's listening. What's going on? Offshore Miner says, what's up? It's been a while. I'm glad I was able to join, and I'm glad you're here. Backwards Miner says, gotta be something when Grin is one of the top coins for GPU mining. Yeah, it's not good. Backwards Miner says, Grin on NVIDIA. Guys, you know what's wild? I don't even know how to mine Grin. I've never mined it before now. I know people did it during the ETH days, but I never messed with it, which is hilarious. So yeah, basically what I'm getting at is that GPU profitability is not good right now. Buying the 40 series right now, I don't think I could recommend it. Like, basically what I want to talk about in this stream before I go off on a tangent is I want to talk about two things. The state of GPU mining, which we know is not very good right now. You basically have to get creative to GPU mine right now. Whether you're solo mining right now, whether you're mining a coin that nobody knows about or is not really that nobody knows about or is difficult to mine, whether you're renting out your rigs for something like Salad, or you're just mining something that's not even profitable right now or close to profitable at your power, whatever your power rate is, and you're banking on your write-offs to make it profitable, and you're paying for power out of pocket, and you're hoping all the coins go up. And frankly, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I am not one of those people. I don't really want to pay for power out of my pocket right now, as just life expenses are high. And I spent the last year and a half almost No, basically almost the last 2 years mining my bags, and I'm kind of sick of mining my bags, basically. Um, so I don't really want to do that. I want to mine something that's profitable, and I want to convert it into BTC. If that is that the right play? I don't really know, but at this point right now, and with my power rate being 13 cents, I don't really want to. I don't really want to mess with it, and I don't know if you guys feel that way or not. Let me know in the comments, or let me know if you feel that way, and we can always talk about issues. So I do apologize about that. Sorry about that, guys. Thanks for sticking with me. I'm having stupid internet issues, so that's a little frustrating. I hope it's back on. And what I was telling you about was I was talking about the 170HX's profitability numbers. And I was kind of showing you that these numbers are not exactly 100% accurate with what they're showing. And I wanted to, I won't, well, no, they actually did fix the 170HX numbers. Thank you guys for tuning back in. I'm having internet issues intermittent this morning. I don't know what's going on. It's pretty frustrating. And one of the reasons I didn't want to go on camera, I thought maybe that it would fix the issues. But I do want to apologize about that. And thank you to everybody who is still here. So the 170HX makes about, 18 to 20 cents at my power rate. But what I wanted to get at is the 170HX can mine, it does really good on memory algorithms, right? We got your Ergo, your Ironfish, your Zealous, etc. And I think memory algorithms, at least as now, are probably the way to go forward. And the reason I say that is with the entity crushing, like with the entity crushing network hash rates of most core algorithms, I don't really feel comfortable on core algorithms right now, and I don't really know when we can feel comfortable on them. I know triple mining is important, and my mantra was triple mine, triple mine, triple mine, but I don't know if there's going to be coins left to triple mine at this rate. I mean, if you look at this, right? I know what the terahash we were at in March when everything was crazy, right? But like in the summer, we've been down to about 242 terahash. And then the network doubled overnight for no reason, which means the entity got its hands on it, right? And with the entity, still on it. By the way, is this working? I gotta reset this. Okay, it's back. We're good. I'm just making sure. With the entity cracking all of these networks open, right? It makes it hard to plan on mining core algorithms right now. And I know GPU mining right now, and since the ETH merge, is all about planning for the future. But as far as core algorithms go, the future looks kind of grim. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. Like, what core algorithms are there to mine right now? I mean, I'm not really sure which ones we can mine. Let's go check out Carlson. We had a hash rate spike yesterday as well. The hash rate went from 50 terahash to 141 terahash, and it tripled. And Backwards Miner is saying, don't mine core algorithms. I get that, right? But a lot of people were thinking that core algorithms had a future in mining. I was one of those people too. I thought that it was important to diversify your farm and be able to handle core and memory algorithms. And the last year kind of showed us that that was the case before the entity came on, right? Which made me think that it was good to get 40 series GPUs. And I told a lot of people to buy 40 series GPUs, and I believed it. And right now, honestly, 40 series GPUs are not looking like a good buy. Now, thankfully, I only have 2 rigs of them. And at worst, I would still keep my main 40 series rig. At worst case, I would maybe sell off the 4060 Ti's. But you never know if core algorithms are going to have a comeback. Honestly, you never do. And I don't know if I'm comfortable selling off my 4060 Ti's. Backwards Miner says core algorithms would never be GPU mining only. No, they would always eventually get hit by ASICs, but you have that time to mine on them, right? Because a new algorithm comes out, and like if you look at Caspa, for example, right? I'm not going to get into a tangent. I just want to talk about it. If you look at Caspa, you had almost a year and a half to mine on Caspa. I mean, it released in August of 22, and I'm sorry, you had about a year. And the hash rate we didn't really get kicked off the network until about a year later. So, you're going to get about a year to mine on them, and that's fine because if you mine on a core algorithm for a year and then the price spikes, we all make money, and that's the point of GPU mining, right? People are saying that Kapow is the only algorithm left. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think Kapow is strong, but I think a lot of people, home miners in specific, are not really able to mine Kapow. Excuse me. But I think maybe it's time to start looking at it, right? What I was getting at before I got kicked off was like, for me, the 170HX for memory algorithms is very important, I think. And I think memory algorithms are very resistant to FPGAs and ASICs. And I think the 170HX crushes in those. And then it makes me believe that maybe the CMP 100-210 would be a good one for Kapow as well, and combined with 3070s. But like as GPU miners, we have to consider that we're at a crossroads, right? Like, what is good for what GPUs should we buy, and should we buy any? What I'm doing is I'm converting at least half of my farm to 170HXs. I'm downsizing, like I'm selling 3070s and converting them to 170HXs. If I can do a 2-to-1 conversion split, that's what I'm going to be doing. Right now, for me at my power level, I just don't view 3070s as profitable, but that doesn't mean they won't be in the future. And I'm not going to get rid of them entirely, but I could see it where I'm down to maybe like 24 to 36 of them. And that's the plan, is to go down to that many. I would like to diversify my farm more, to have some GPUs good at certain things, with the idea that maybe you only turn specific ones on when they're profitable in specific instances, which is something that I never considered before. I was always like, just get one of the GPU that can mine everything okay. But as my power rate has gone down or up and profitability has gone down, I kind of have to have a hyper focus on efficiency, I think. Catching up on chat, AMD GPUs will become more popular as mining algos dwindle. I mean, it just depends if AMD GPUs get development. I mean, they can't really mine anything that well right now. Kapow only in winter for heating. They are too hard to cool. Yeah, I think Kapow, for home miners at least, unless you have like a mining shed like I do or a dedicated setup, it is going to be very, very hard to go really crazy into Kapow. Backwards Miner says fish hash, Kapow, equal hash, auto Lycos. HBM is the only thing I am purchasing for a while. Backwards Miner, I'm with you on that. I'm very much with you on that. Where, like, for me, HBM cards are the only thing I will be buying for a while. I will not be buying the 50 series for mining. Now, I'm sure I'll have some of them, and I'm sure maybe I'll end up with like a 50 series rig. But I don't know if I will have, like, I just don't know long term how long it'll take me to get it, and even if I have it for a while. Some people go for efficiency, and efficiency is very important, and I'm going to be way more focused on efficiency, right? Efficiency and cost are important. And like I said, I really think that the new Crute farm is going to have, like, the goal is for me is to have like 2 170HX rigs, 2 12 card. Maybe I'll have 2 12 card 3070 rigs. I've got one Navi 1 and one Navi 2 rig. Now I'm going to keep those, whether they mine or not, we'll see. But I'm going to keep them because I paid basically nothing for them, and I need those cards just to have for testing. I may get a rig of 100 210s, especially since you can basically convert 3070s 1-to-1 for those right now. Maybe I get a 12 card rig of those for Kapow. I honestly, I don't know. But I do know that even though 3070s are not worth a lot right now, there are people buying them. A lot of gamers seem to be scooping them up. I don't understand why, but they are. And if you can get a price that is good enough to flip into HBM cards, I think I would recommend it. I have a BC 160 rig I don't plan on getting rid of. I was going to sell it, but now I've decided just to keep it. I paid so little for those GPUs. Just let them on and mine with them, you know? The BC 250s, I don't know about those. I got one I paid basically nothing for mine, so I'm gonna keep them as well. But the 3070, backwards miner says 3070s versus 210 on Kapow is not a comparison. No, but at least the 3070s can do Kapow. If you want to know why people buy 3070s, look at 4060 Ti price, the pirate says. Yes, that's true. If we look right, let's go check out eBay real quick, because that's what we can use. Let's go check out 4060 Ti price. Let's look at sold items, right? Let me see. We're gonna go to sold items right now. 4060 Ti is actually going for a decent bit, and honestly, it kind of makes me, if I could get more than I paid for my 4060 Ti's, because I averaged about 325 to 335, maybe I would sell some. I'm not sure about that, but they are going for a lot more than if you look at the RTX 3070. If you look at what they're going for, RTX 3070 is going for less. That's for sure. And frankly, with the way things are going, I would probably recommend a 3070 if you were going to buy one for mining, because they are a lot better at memory algorithms, and it looks like core algorithms are taking a beating. Catching up on chat. Gecko wants to know where you buy 170HXs from. I will link you. I'll link you to my Alibaba source. Please consider. Hold on. Please consider telling her that you found her from me. It does help with It does help me with my relationship with her, and I get a tiny commission. It's very small. It's actually annoyingly small, but I do want to help people. So like I don't, normally when I would refuse to work with someone for a terrible commission, I don't mind it because this does help people. I'm trying to get the link for you guys. Right now, the 170HXs are currently going for about $390 plus shipping, which is nice. Let me try to find these 170HX, the link for you guys. I can't seem to find it. But, whoops. There's sound on that, and I apologize. Where are the links? Sorry, give me a second. I got to find this link real quick. Here's the link right here. I will post it in chat. Here's the 170HX link. Shipping isn't bad either. So I don't know what customs is like in your area, but I just bought 3 of them. My goal, my goal is to sell another 30-ish, 30 or so, 3070s. I'm selling them pretty reasonable too, especially if you're local to me. And I'm going to replace them all with 170HXs. And frankly, maybe I'd be willing to get a 210 rig, especially since the prices are going down on them. Maybe it wouldn't be bad to have one and stick it on Kapow. My AMD cards usually mine Kapow as well. Duke Nukem says epics are the way. So I'm not saying epics are bad. I think epics are pretty solid. CPU mining definitely seems to be the way though right now. Right now I'm making decent money on my CPUs, way more than I was making on my GPUs, that's for sure. And I do plan on expanding. I think though, right now with 170HXs being cheaper than CPUs, I think I'm going to buy the 170HXs while they're cheap, because let's be real, CPUs will always go down in price. I'm going to get one more AM4 rig as I have the parts for it. Probably like either a cheap 5900X or a 3900X, and then that's it for AM4 for me. And that will give me 10 AM4 rigs total, and I'll just leave it at that. and then I have one AM5 rig. And then I think as the holidays come and maybe people look to sell their CPUs, I'm definitely going to sell, or I'm definitely going to try to buy some more cheap AM5 CPUs. I don't know about Epics yet. My prices, the thing is, like, we all have limited funds right now because of course when everything is cheap, our funds are limited. So you kind of have to do what's best for you. And right now I feel like 170 HXs are the best thing for me to buy. What do they cost on eBay actually? I am curious to see what they cost on eBay. I'm sure they cost way more. Yeah, like I wouldn't, like, these definitely cost more and they're from China. You can definitely get a better deal buying these not on eBay. And people are trying to sell the BIOS, really? People are really crappy. Yeah. Like, I can't believe they're trying to sell the BIOS. Don't ever buy the BIOS, guys. You can get it for free from me. Um Sorry, I gotta meet you guys real quick. My son is talking to me. Hold on real. Sorry about that. My son was talking to me. See, Backwards Miner says they will be dropping off very soon. Duke Nukem says I'll be watching. I will be paying. I'll be watching. They'll be the play eventually. Yeah, like I really think so. I really think CPUs are dropping, and like AMD is going to launch a ton of sales. And when you see some crazy deals on 7900Xs, I think that's the play, right? I think you buy used DDR5 RAM and you buy used motherboards, and I think most of us already have power supplies, and you can buy great CPU stands for nothing from 3D Printmaster. Um, and he is a channel sponsor. Let me find his shop right here. His new bench is amazing, and I have it for GPU and CPU rigs. Hold on real quick. So I definitely think that that's the play for CPUs. Let's see. People sell anything. The 5600 XT with low volt BIOS does well. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not selling my AM4, my 5600 XT rig, but I wouldn't exactly mind with it. So, you know, um, it's tough. The timeline, the Timmys selling their 7950s are the ones to watch out for. Yeah, that is nice. I'm gonna be keeping an eye out for AM5 CPUs to drop, and I'll be ready. Like, I have no problem selling my 3070s for that as well. I could really honestly see a time when I'm down to like one 3070 rig, one 12 card, and I'd be fine with that. Like, I have one 12 card 3060 Ti rig, probably just gonna keep it. Um, the 5600 XT on Kapow is good. It's better than the 5700 XT. I think if you have the right BIOS, which is the one I have, you're not quite as good as the 6600 XT on Kapow, but you're pretty close. I did a video on the 5600 XT on Kapow if you guys ever want to check it out. And please smash that like button, by the way, guys. So yeah, let me show you this seller real quick, by the way, too. So you can see where I'm getting my 170 HXs. I checked with her last night. They don't have CMP 210s or 100 210s. You can get those on eBay, and I'll put a link. I have an associates link on that, so like I get a little bit of the commission if you buy on that. Let's see. 7900X is crazy efficient at low clocks. Yeah, it is. My 7900X is doing great. I got it in a Micro Center deal just because I wanted some content at the time, and it's happily mining away. So yeah, like, what are you guys gonna buy? Are you guys gonna stick with CPUs or GPUs? And where do you think GPU mining is going? I honestly, I got excited for the 40 series. I got excited for the core outburst we had this past year. And who knows, maybe it'll come back. But if these FPGAs, if this Entity Farm found a way to like crack a lot of the if they found a way to crack a lot of the core algorithms, we're in rough shape. I mean, you can see the bump on everything, right? Like the entity literally bumped everything to play with it. I don't know where to go as far as core mining. I mean, it kind of sucks, but like, you know, you might see a video soon where I tell you not to buy 40 series for mining. You know, RIP Ovalborn. Too bad he wasn't here to see it. Duke Nukem says, I'm buying both right now. 210s and more epics. I have 32 by 60. I have 32 64 core epics so far. Oh my goodness, Duke Nukem. That's amazing. I'll get the link for the CMP 210s. I think I actually, let me see if I have it somewhere. I have it in one of my streams, I think. Let me see if I can share it. It's my eBay affiliate link. I've got it somewhere. Let me see. Okay, it was on my 100 to 210 hash rate test. Here's my store link right here. I'll put it here. There right now. Well, this is the long link. Let me get you the short link. Give me a second. This is my affiliate link right here. Helps my channel. I actually have one of his 210s at my house. I got to test with a little more before I send it back. But right now, this eBay seller, I know they raise the price and they lower the price as it ebbs and flows. If you buy 4 or more, they have them at $163, right? Like, it honestly, like, if you buy 5, if you bought a full 6-card rig, I mean, it's not terrible. But you know, they're not that, like, they're not mining now. If you buy these, you're buying them for the future. Like, if you think Kapow mining is gonna go nuts, right? You're buying them for the future. But if you could get, like, $250 per 3070, right? You're looking at getting 250 times 6. You're looking at about $1,500, right? And at $1,500, that would get you about 8 after taxes. That would get you about 8 CMP rigs. So that's kind of tempting. Like, to tell you, I'm gonna tell you that I'm probably gonna get a CMP. If you can pick the BIOS anyway, right? Like, if I can pick the BIOS on these, V100 BIOS, which is the good BIOS you need? You need the CMP BIOS or the V100? Someone tell me if the C100 or the V is good. Let's see. Duke Nukem says the sellers are kind of scummy. Yeah, all these sellers are kind of scummy. Offshore Miner says I have almost 30 of the CMPs running. I am going to be purchasing 32 more of them. Backwards Miner, use my eBay link. I really would appreciate it if you do. Because the good BIOS is, it's this one, right? The V100, because I'm trying to check which BIOS is the one of the card I have. Hive OS is being weird in my system. So I need to check my test bench real quick. Which BIOS do I have? This one is the which BIOS is the bad one? Sorry, I'm like not, I don't remember which one it was. They split the listing. You have the V100 now. Look at backwards. Look at your DM I sent. Backwards Miner sent me a DM. He wants me to show it to people. Give me a second. Oh yeah, Backwards Miner's got this. Backwards Miner's got a. He found these motherboards that are X16 slots. This is kind of crazy. I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna share it with you guys. Take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. Hold on. I'm checking my DMs. People are sending me DMs real quick. Okay, never mind. That was just from the past. But you can see this. So the V100 is the good BIOS. So the one right here is the V100 BIOS. So that's the one I have, which is good. But look at this. Backwards Miner has this guy. You got to send me where you got these, Backwards Miner. These are all X16 slots. So that might be cool for like proof of useful work or AI or whatever you want to do with it. That's kind of wild. Let's see. And please, like I said, consider using my link. So yeah, I don't know. I think HBM cards are the future, whether you're going to go with the 110s or the 170s. Maybe a mix of both may not be the worst. Let's Let's see. Duke Nukem says we need someone to figure out how to use those A100 drive GPUs. They are $1,000 a pop. Crazy cheap for 32 gigs of HBM2 memory. Yeah, it would be nice. But I promise you though, once somebody figures that out, the prices are going to go through the moon, which is why like buying cheap GPUs right now, I definitely think is the way to go. Zapire says the individual slots are wired at X1, but you can see them from the traces. Oh, backwards miner. I thought you told me those were X16 slots. You had me confused. Oh, these are all X1, but you only need 4 PCIe slots. All right, I'm sorry, guys. I gave you wrong information. Forget about what I just said on that video. I thought backwards miner told me that these were X16s, but he says you only need 4 PCIe slots to power it, that's definitely nice. That is definitely nice. You could put those in your own server case and make them pretty sweet, actually. So yeah, that's really like, as far as GPUs, that was basically what I wanted to talk about. And I'm going to do a video on it tomorrow. It'll be shorter and obviously more refined. But that we're basically at a crossroads. And I don't think you buy consumer GPUs for mining anymore. I really think it's HBM only at this point. Now, the resale value is going to be worse, in terms of to non-miners, but I think that's okay. And I think, selling your GPUs when they're at their lowest point in profitability right now hurts. But again, I think that's okay as well. I think right now it's really important to plan for the future. And, I think I'm going to lay my plan out for everybody to see. And you can either copy it or not, frankly. That's really where we're at right now. And I'll kind of go over, what I'm keeping. Zapirate says, what resale value? Yeah, none of these are going to have resale value. Officer Miner says, damn, I need one of these motherboards. Yeah, backwards miner, if you want to share where you got those, I'll share them. If not, it's all good. But I do want to kind of transition a little bit. I'm going to keep streaming basically until I kind of run out of steam. As you guys know, I've done a lot more ASIC content, right? And we've kind of transitioned into like ASIC miners are more profitable. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. Right now, where we're at, in terms of like the state of Caspa, for example, I think that nobody should be buying Caspa ASICs right now. We're at, what's up, Sterling Spectre? He's just joined. We're at 841 petahash. And I think we're going to hit an exahash in like the next month, if we're being honest. So if GPU mining sounds depressing to you and CPU mining, you're kind of waiting for the prices to go down a little bit to expand on it, don't buy Caspa ASICs right now. I have 3 Caspa ASICs, right? I've got a KS0, a KS0 Ultra, and a KA Box Pro. And they're all about to solo mine because these things are all bricks. Bricks, bricks, bricks. They're going to be bricks, and I think you need to wait until all these Bitmain... Panda just said that his Bitmain KS5, I don't remember the name of it, got shipped. And I've heard that there's 2,000 of these things that are about to hit the market, right? If we look at ASIC miner value, and we're gonna go to 0.13 cents, which is my profitability, and we're gonna sort by Caspa ASICs, and let me refresh to 13 cents. Let me just make sure you guys can see this. All right, so I want you guys to see that I'm at 13 cents right there, and we're sorting by Caspa ASICs. And the KS5 from Bitmain makes $20 a day. Still more profitable than BTC miners. And if we look, the KS0 Ultra is down to 26 cents a day. KA Box is down to 45 cents a day. And the Goldshell Echo is $2 a day. These prices are bad. And basically my KA Box is going to it's probably gonna solo mine at this point, if we're being honest. My KA Box Pro is probably gonna be turned into a solo miner. Or I might even turn it off because 600 watts is a lot to solo mine with. I'm going to leave my KS0 Ultra on as it's only 100 watts. But the KA Box Pro is not looking good right now. Backwards Miner says he got to go. Take care, Backwards Miner. Zapirate brought something good up. He said I should remind everybody not to YOLO mining their crypto because people are getting laid off. And yes, that is true. Please, please, please do not YOLO into crypto mining. I can't recommend not do. You can't do that. It's not good. Jock Miner says congrats on your solo cast blocks. Yeah, the KA box, the KS0 paid for itself for 3 months, and we're gonna leave it on for 3 months and see what happens. This kind of inspired me to make a KA Box Pro video. It's funny. The videos I agreed on for getting one sent to me are profitability videos. And yeah, I'm going to have to change those up because there's no profitability on them. I think the KO Box Pro is a not mine with anymore one. I don't even think you can solo mine with it. So if we look, right, real quick, we're going to calculate kilowatts per hour, right? So if you go to how to calculate kilowatt hours from watts, right? The formula is simple. You take kilowatt hours times watts divided by 1,000, right? Or you take watts times hours, you divide it by 1,000. So we have 24 hours in a day, times that by 31, right? We're getting 744 hours, okay? So you do 600 watts times 744, and then you divide that by 1,000 because you get 446,000. Divide that by 1,000. So you get 446 kilowatt hours a month to mine with my KA Box Pro. Times that by 13 cents, and it costs me $58 a month to mine with my KA Box Pro. So I feel, right? I feel like my KA Box Pro has got to get turned off. That's not a good thing. I'm going to look at maybe Bunga and Cedra, but right now I think you're going to see my my KA Box Pro get turned off until I can figure out what to successfully mine with it. And that's not a good thing. But look, I feel like I'm getting put in this awkward position right now where like I've started to really work closely with ASIC mining companies, but I'm not going to give people bad advice. It's not who I am. And I think you're going to see some not good ASIC videos coming up. Even at $400, like if you look at what the price of this is on Goldshell's website, and to be fair, Goldshell, like I want to give them credit. They've never told me I can't say something about their miners. But I can't recommend buying the KA Box Pro right now, unfortunately. I just can't. I really can't. I think with where everything is going, I don't even know if I could recommend solo mining with it. Because the problem with solo mining with solo mining with a KS0 and a KS0 Ultra, right? It costs you like $10 to $11 in power a month. Solo mining with the KA Box Pro cost you $50 a month, right? And for $50 a month, you would need to hit, how many Casper blocks do you need to hit? Right now, each Casper block is $15. So you need to hit like 4 Casper blocks alone to justify the power cost. So unfortunately, I think it's got to get shut off for what it's making. I don't know, unless you're paying out of pocket to hold it, like I don't know, guys. I really think I've got to shut off. I really think I've got to shut off my KA Box Pro. And that's unfortunate. I mean, it's making 42 cents a day, but it's using so much more power than the KS0 Ultra right now. It's really kind of depressing if we're being honest with you. Like, it's really depressing. Because the KA Box Pro is doing so well too. Let's see. Catching up on chat. Techman TV says paid off house. Buy, sell off your paid off house. Buy double wide YOLO and ASICs. Don't do that. Chuck Danger says working but lurking. Sterling Spectre is what do you think about jazz miners? Listen, I love jazz miners to death. I'm going to be honest with you. I think jazz miners are amazing. I think their profitability is there. Let's actually look at them. So the thing about jazz miners is you're safer to do a lot more, right? Let's take away Caspa and let's look at ETH hash. I actually have some stuff I'm trying to work with a Jazz Miner Direct for some sponsorships. Where is ETC? So we just do ETC ASICs, right? So at 13 cents, the Q is only making 76 cents a day, but if you put it on Octaspace, it's making more. And you can solo mine and you can do a lot more things with them. I think that the Q and maybe the QE are worth buying. But I think the thing with those is you have to understand, right, that at like a $1,500 or so dollars, how much you're buying them for. What is let's see what they're let's go to Crypto Miner Bros. Let's see what they have them at. Let's see what they're selling at. Let's see. This stream is not sponsored, by the way. Let's look at Jazz Miner. So the prices are going down. I think they're still a tad too high. Let me see what this one's at. I don't know. So maybe not because they take care of customs and everything. But like, if you were gonna buy the QE, right, you're gonna get it for $1,600 because if you use anybody's code. So at $1,600, right, you're buying a spec miner. And what you're doing is you're spec mining something like, are you mining Octaspace? Are you mining ETC? You have multiple options and there's multiple coins that I think will go up in value. I think if you're going to spend money, you're way safer to buy a Jazz miner than one of those Caspa. I frankly wouldn't buy a Caspa miner right now. And in terms of Lithium miners, like let's look at the Lithium network, right? Now the review units of the AL0 just shipped. I'll have mine in on Monday. And as far as I understand, they will be shipping the regular units afterwards. We went from, at the beginning of this month, we went from 1.8 petahash to 3 petahash, right? And you know that that's basically AL0s and AL1s getting deployed. I think the fact that we only show 2.6 petahash on the network and known pools, and then we have 3 petahash, that means I think you're getting more AL1s online. Let's see. Sterling Spectre says, I got an X16Q Pro on the way. That's awesome. I'll start sharing some affiliate codes. For Jazz miners if you want them. I think they're worth it. Like, I think if you want an ASIC, I think they're the best way to go. As far as AL0s, I think if you bought one, I think you'll be fine on the first batch. But I think now you might be better off waiting to see what the network does. Because if we look at the yield on, if we look at the AL Box Pro, right? Or the AL Box 1 and 2. I am currently mining on them right now. Thanks to Goldshell providing that for me. So let me show you that. So right now the AL Box 2, yesterday, it made a total of 7 Lithium, right? So what is 7 Lithium worth right now? Again, if you bought the AL Box 2 when it was $2,700, like the first week, I think you're going to be fine on it. But I don't know. I wouldn't buy it now for 21, I think. Unfortunately. Now look, if sponsors are mad at me for that, why isn't a Lithium showing up? I don't care. And I don't think they would be mad at me for it because I really think that they want honest opinions, because when people recommend their miners, they will actually buy them, versus if you just recommend everything all the time, nobody's going to believe you. they're still making $11 a day, which is way more profitable than anything else. And what does 400, let me look at what the AL Box 1 is making, and I can give you an idea of what you can expect to be making. So I'll tell you what my AL Box 1 is making right now. Hold on one second. I will get that for you. I think I'm getting about 4 lithium, like 3.5 lithium per day. So I think you're making like $5. So basically, like the AL zeros, I would assume the AL zeros, the first batch after everything gets online, probably make you like $2 a day would be my guess. And I mean, if you paid $800 for them, right, divided by 2, you're looking at about a 1 year's ROI. So basically, I think you'll be okay on the AL Box zeros on the first batch because you're going to hold the coin and you need a lithium to 2x in price, which frankly, if a lithium doesn't 2x in price, we're all sunk. Anybody who invested in a lithium or invested in an ASIC. So I think you'll be okay, but I think you have to wait otherwise. Let's see. Sterling Silver says the X16Q is cheap enough to risk and still make a profit. These new boombox miners are adding a lot of hash rate to ETH hash coins. Yes, they are. They definitely are. I'm actually trying to reach out to them to work with them as well. But I do think Jazz Miner is more efficient, so they have that going. And I think in the winter, they're going to be an amazing heat box. Let's see. Retrotech Mike, KS0 Pro, ROI never. Yeah. Sterling Spectre, have you seen the new bitaxe Gamma? Listen, don't get me started on bitaxes, guys. Don't get me started. I am obsessed with bitaxes. Decentral Tech has been my main sponsor for now on those. I am trying to work with other people. Let me share with you my link. But I'm really enjoying my NERDAXE, right? Like I really am enjoying my NERDAXE. Let me just show you, like, and they ship worldwide, but let me do this. Give me a sec. I'm gonna get you my affiliate link. Certainly does help me. But the solo Bitcoin miners, if you're like over 30 cents power and you want to get into it, they're like $150. They're a write-off and they're fun. I mean, there's nothing much I can really say on that. Like, you're never going to hit a block. Like, realistically, you're never going to hit a block. This is what I've been mining with first. I like this one because I think the screen is cool. I'm going to be looking at other models soon. As a pirate says, check his DM. Hold on. There's a lot of DMs to check. Hold on. What's up, Panda? Panda, welcome to my stream. Welcome, Panda. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Retro Tech Mike said, wait, Gamma is on pre-order at Decentral. Use my affiliate link if you pre-order. It would really help me. There is a lot of cool stuff. The Gamma's cool. I do think though, I will say that like the more you spend, the riskier it gets, right? Like there are some really cool ones. Like I like the mini bit. I do like the Gamma. Where is the Gamma? Do they have it out yet? Or the Hex? Like the Hex is expensive, but I mean the Hex has a lot of hash rate. Hold on. Yeah, please smash that like button. I really appreciate it. Red Panda Mining, welcome, brother. Welcome. Panda, I DM'd you like a week ago with 2 questions. Please check my DM, Panda. Please. Check my DM. And thank you guys, everybody, for watching. RetroTech Mike says the light axe. What's the light axe? RetroTech Mike, post a link and I'll check it out. I am getting, check this out though. I am working with somebody to get sweet custom Croup cases for the bitaxe. But the Hex looks cool, and yes, I definitely would recommend the S21 chips over the S19 chips. That's coming out soon, according to Decentral Tech. But look, these things, as we get closer to the holidays, they're just fun. I mean, pick your poison. Basically, you have to figure out how much money you want to spend for a lottery ticket. That's really just it. Panda says, I have thousands of unread Discord messages. Panda, I thought you loved me. Thought you loved me. Panda, I'm just going to start texting you, even though I don't have your number. But seriously, guys, welcome everybody. Smash that like button. What we're talking about right now, we are essentially talking about ASICs. You need to avoid all Caspa ASICs right now. I really like Goldshell ASICs right now, or not Goldshell. I can't in good conscience recommend any Goldshells to buy right now, unfortunately, and I do feel bad about that, but it's just the way it is. If you're going to buy ASICs, you should be looking at iceriver Direct too. I think you need to wait on all Caspa ASICs. I think you're going to see the KS0 Ultra go down even more in price. Caspa ASICs are tanking in price. And I would wait, honestly, on the AL0 too. But like $200 versus $100 over like a KS0 Ultra, I don't know if it makes that big of a difference, but that's on you. I will share my affiliate link if you want to buy any. But the only ASIC I can recommend right now, funny enough, is a Jazz Miner. I think that's ironic. Give us the code with Decentral. Oh, sweet. Thank you, Sterling Silver. I really appreciate it. Here's my reference. Basically, you can just, let me get you my link. Hold on. I really do like Decentral, though. They work with a lot of creators, and I will say that Decentral is definitely really, really easy to mine with. Let me give you can use this too for non-bitaxes. I just like the bitaxe because I think the screen is pretty. Let's see, JFK, listing while I fix my endless pile of broken 3070 fans. Dude, I honestly wouldn't even fix those fans. I would look to sell them to miners. I'd sell them for like $200 or maybe a tiny bit less just with shrouds, and I'm sure you'd find people who would buy them off of you. I have two 3070s left like that, and they're going to forever stay shroudless, and I'm honestly probably just going to keep them. But like, as far as ASICs go, I think you're going to see a lot more people getting into the bitaxes only because like, there's nothing you can really buy that's profitable. Like, it's funny, right? And I'm going to be brutally honest, and maybe it'll be detrimental to me, but you guys follow me for my honesty. And if people value my opinion, then I think I won't lose any sponsors. But it's funny because I'm finally getting ASICs to review, but I'm getting these ASICs sent to me, and they're literally unprofitable like 3 weeks later. So, like, what am I supposed to say? And, like, it's cool that I'm getting these ASICs, right? I'm never going to say no to a free in terms of I have to film content for it. But, like, I've had my KS0, my KA Box Pro for, like, a month. And I owe some profitability updates, and you're going to get one real one, but then you're going to get a video where it's like I shut off my KA Box Pro because it's not worth mining on. And I'm going to have to tell my sponsors that you're going to get different videos that are still sponsored because I can't recommend people buy the KA Box anymore. And you're going to see my KS0 Ultra go to solo mining soon. Ozzy, you didn't miss much, brother. We talked about GPU mining and how I think 170HXs and CMP 210s are probably the only way to go right now. Techman says Panda barely responds to me. Look, Panda's busy. I totally respect that. Panda's a really nice guy, though. Panda makes time for a ton of people when he could just blow them off and not think about it. Like, I could make a whole video on how kind Panda is, and Panda's helped me tremendously. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he hasn't. Panda's helped me coordinate with people that would have never given me the time of day before. So I can't say nicer things about him. Honestly, like, if you're going to use his codes, buy with his stuff, he's a great guy. He's busy building listen, nobody should build a 19 card rig right now. Like, consumer GPUs they're tough for mining, guys. It's funny. I have now this stream, I'm really glad I did this stream because when I get off, I'm going to be putting together so many different video ideas. And they're going to be like, I've got so many video ideas I'm going to put together. I really, really do. Let's see. Sterling says it's hard to deal with sponsors in that regard because sometimes the miner just isn't what it is when they started talking about sending one. It's true. And I'm going to be brutally honest when I get these. Look, I have told people, like, I backed Goldshell when nobody did. I said that the AO Box 1 and the AO Box 2 were worth mining with. Goldshell and we worked out a deal to do a 2-month profitability update, And if you bought the AL Box 1 when it was 10,000, I think it was a mistake, but you're going to end up okay. I believe you will. If you bought the AL Box at 6,000, the AL Box 2 at 6,000, and then they sent you another one and you got 2 of them, I think you're going to be okay. I do. With the amount of elf I've mined so far, I really feel like you're going to be okay, especially if when the price depreciates, because it has to, or we're all done. But like, you can't, I hate to say this, right? Because Goldshell has been backing me big, but none of these miners are worth buying right now. Absolutely none of them. Like, there's no Goldshell miner that's worth buying right now. And it's a shame. Will I turn my KA Box Pro back on in the winter? Yeah, I'm definitely going to turn my KA Box Pro on in the winter. But like that Echo, I think that Echo is going to be DOA. I really do. Now, I really hope that they price the AL Box 2 Pro correctly, because if they don't price these things correctly, they're dead. They're dead, dead, dead. And I hate to say that, but it's true. Zhao, what's going on, brother? He said, Kroot Mang, what's up? And you know, it just stinks because like I'm a small tuber and I have to be very careful with how I work with sponsors. For example, you know, it's funny because I reached out to Goldshell. I reached out to Goldshell direct, so I'm waiting to hear back from them. But Jingle Mining messaged me and they're like, we want you to review our Jazz Miner QE because we've got some good spot buys and some good things for you. And I was like, yeah, I would love for you to send me it. And they're like, oh, but you have to send it back. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do all of this work and promote you for nothing. Like, they have some really good stuff on the table, but like, you have to make it work for both sides too. And I just told them, I'm like, you can kick rocks unless the unit's mine to review. Because I like jazz miners, but I'm just going to recommend people who want to work with my channel. Now, if it comes out that they end up having by far the best price, I will recommend them. But like, you know, as a creator, you have to defend your rights, because like we put a lot of time and effort in this space and doing the work that we do. And we give you our recommendations, but at the end of the day, it's up to you to do your own research to find out if a miner's worth buying. And we tell you where to buy them. And like, but we have to make money too, because like, if it's not worth it to do, then we won't be able to afford to do this. And then you guys lose out on the content. So it's like a very fine balancing act we have to do. And I'm always going to be transparent about it, right? Like when I did the Goldshell Mini Doge 3, which is actually on, and for me, I actually break even on it, and it's actually useful to mine with. I love it. It's got my face on it, and it's great. And it's really hard for me to talk bad about Goldshell, but I'm going to tell you not to buy their miners right now. And I'm okay with that. And jazz miners are great. I think Jingle Mining has been awful to work with. You know, if that changes, I'll let you know and I'll share what I find with them. But that's just me being about as transparent as I can be. And then you've got stuff like Decentral Tech, which is great to work with. Their prices are reasonable. And like, these miners are just fun, right? Like, I think it's easier to buy a cheap miner knowing you're not going to make any money on it. Like, it's just like buying a toy or like buying a pair of video games you're never going to play. Because how many times do we buy video games that we never play? Let's see. Panda says Sia coin miners were gold. I did great at my SC Box 2 launch. I wasn't in the space back then, the ASIC space anyway. Look, maybe Goldshell will make better miners in the future, right? Maybe we can recommend them, but right now, they're a no. I'm telling you guys, I really feel like it's just the jazz miners right now. And iceriver's been good, and I actually like iceriver as a company. I just think you need to wait. Like, if you already bought an AL0, I mean, you can't go back. They'll ship soon and you'll do fine. But, like, what batch are they on right now? If they're on the August 31st batch, you should definitely wait to buy those. Right? Like, you should not buy the August 31st batch because I think the price will go down. I do think the AL0 is going to be a great intro to a lithium miner, though. Jock Miner says, I try to do the opposite of what Panda says. It's probably not a bad idea. There are other new miners coming out. Like, here's the thing, right? We're at the point where you're going to see ASIC miners come out every day. And you're going to see us, crypto tubers, telling you that if you're gonna like telling you whether we think you should buy them or not, because we all get units to review and it doesn't cost us any money, but we have to recommend them or not. That's how that's how it goes. Um, but you're gonna have to be careful because like if these miners keep like I think you need to look at trends. You need to see how fast these miners are getting released and what the network hash rate is doing. And you have to make your own judgment call on whether to buy these or not. Sorry, I took a drink. Zhao says, I need that under $800 shipped. Otherwise, I'd have pulled the plug on the first batch. Let's see. So I think for the first batch, right? Here's the thing. I think with the first batch of these kind of miners, you're going to overpay a little bit. I did it with my KS zeros, and you're banking on getting that extra yield that like you wouldn't have gotten because like ice rivers seem to generally ship towards the end of the batch, right? So, and I can tell you from my KA or my KS0 experience that first month is going to lead to like almost 30 to 40 to 50% of your profitability, especially when the coin moons in price. Because if you're buying an ASIC, that's what you're expecting. So getting that first batch and getting it early where it's shipping, I think that the first batch is going to ship next week, like between the beginning and middle of next week. I think it's going to matter. I really do. Let's see. Review my unit sounds nasty. I like reviewing, I'll review anybody's electronic unit for a price. Jock Miner says the reviews you all do are invaluable, but we do your own research. Here's the thing. We try to, I think that, when you watch a review, and I'm going to do a video on this too. I think when you watch a review from a crypto miner YouTuber, whether it's me, whether it's Panda, whether it's Greater Good Mining, whether it's Chump Change, anybody that and anybody else that I've forgotten, Bear Market Mining too, I think you have to understand that whether we say it or not, there is an inherent bias in mining, in us reviewing them, because we're getting these units to review and we're keeping these units, right? But I think that, and I will be honest, iceriver, and now I haven't worked with Jazz Miner yet, and I'm trying to, but iceriver and Goldshell so far have not said anything to me about whether or not I can be honest about my opinion, right? So I think it's important to watch these reviews, and I think it's important to watch more than one. When from now on, when you see my reviews come out on ASICs, you're going to see me linked. Like when you stayed to the end, I'm going to have everybody else's review linked so you can watch their reviews too, because I think it's important. And I think you're going to see sometimes where some tubers disagree with each other, and that's not bad. I would argue that that's probably good because you need to see more than one opinion. And I think that's very, very, very important, right? You need to have, like, for example, right? When I buy a GPU, okay? When I buy a GPU, right, I look at two things. Like, or if I'm not going to buy a GPU, but I'm going to make an opinion on it, I'm going to watch Gamers Nexus review because they go way too in depth and you need to see some of that. I'm going to go off Tech Yes City's reviews because he does a little more simple and I like it. And I'm going to go off of Hardware Unboxed reviews. I'm going to go off of a mix of those three reviews, right? And I'm going to look at those three and I'm going to form my own opinion of it. And then I started doing my own GP reviews, and I'm going to link their reviews when you see to my reviews so you can look at those, because I do reviews differently. Now I digress by that. Sterling Spectre says Jazz Miner is the best to deal with. I hope so, because I've had not a good experience so far with Jingle Mining. And I hope going to Jazz Miner Direct will help, because I really, 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 really want to do more coverage on the Jazz Miner. And frankly, if it comes to it where I have to do my own coverage and get it sponsored by resellers, I have no problem with that. But I like to go to the source to get miners. I really think it's the best way to do it, because they just want you to review their unit. So yeah, I think, guys, like I really think it's important to do your own research and to take these opinions. I really do. Edible Zebra says I shouldn't want one, but I still want a small home Caspa miner. Look, if you want a small Caspa miner, right? here's the thing, okay? $200, all right, for one of these. At this point, you have to assume you're never, ever going to break even, okay? Ever. And what you put it on solo mining, you use it to heat a room, and you have fun with it, right? You're going to use about $11 a month in power. So look at it like that, and then you'll be fine with it. I'm selling one of my KS0s, and I'm keeping the other one, and I'm putting it in a remote location to solo mine with. Just leave it on solo mining, and I'm going to see what happens. Or maybe I frame it. And I'm like, this thing made me a lot of money, and I didn't ever sell it. So I don't know. Like I think you're gonna have to. I think if you want an ASIC, buy it. Right? Like if you want a Goldshell ASIC, buy it. It doesn't matter what we say. Maybe you have a situation where it's worth you buying. Whether the numbers tell you not to buy it, I mean, you don't have to listen to the numbers. Or you don't have to listen to the YouTubers. At the end of the day, it's your decision, not our decision. So like, I'm gonna keep sharing all my discount codes because if you're gonna buy it, at least buy it where I benefit, right? Would you recommend a secondhand Caspa miner? It depends how much you pay for it, right? Like for me, I won't sell my KS0 Ultra for under $100. Sorry, I won't sell my KS0 for under $100. It gives you 160 hash, and you look at it like a lotto miner. You buy it. I tell you, you buy it, and you compare it to a bitaxe. Is how I look at it. I know you can get it cheaper from other places, but I'm not going to sell it if I can't get it any cheaper than that. And if I don't sell it, I don't care. So like if you get a good price on a secondhand miner and if it's overclocked and it's got a stable overclock and you know the person to buy it from, yeah, why not? Why not? Cass Axe incoming. Techman, I think that would be very interesting if you could figure out a way to make a Caspa, like a Caspa bitaxe. I would donate my Caspa ASICs to the cause for that. Let's see. Sterling, I had a talk with Decentral, and he said it's possible to add a Caspa chip into the bitaxe, but you need somebody to code it. Man, if I could find someone to code it, I would send them my Caspa ASIC. That would be amazing. I think a Caspa axe would be incredible, right? Because you have so many more chances to be profitable. Hell, I hit 2 solo blocks this month already. I'm going to refresh it and see if I hit another block. Did I hit another block? No. I'm going to definitely at least keep one of my KS0s and probably sell 1 or 2 of them. I don't know yet. I don't really care, if we're being honest. I paid 200. Zapirate says, I paid 200 for my bitaxe Supra, literally a shelf ornament. Yes, but it's fun to have running. I mean, I really like the decentral, I like the bitaxes the most, just because I think they look cool with the big or the NERDAXE, because I think this big screen looks cool and it's fun to stare at. But you will get so many more chances. I think it comes out to like 52,000 chances a year to hit a Bitcoin block. So like if you're going to play the degenerate lottery odds, right? You might as well just play them with something better. With 10 BPs on second, those blocks would be easier to hit on Caspa. Yes. So Sterling brought up a good point. When they upgrade the 10 blocks per second on Caspa, solo mining Caspa is going to be so good. And I'm going to move my KS0 Ultra to it. And I'm really, really happy I didn't overclock it, guys. Like, I'm probably going to do a video on that too. There's going to be so many videos coming out. I can't tell you how little I recommend overclocking these things now. Like, if you doubled the price of your Caspa ASIC to overclock it, you're never getting that money back. Not right now, anyway. I just left mine on stock, and it's just mining away with Veteran Miners Cable, which I can't also recommend enough. I'm not really sponsored by him. I think he may be sending me one cable. But, like, his cables are great. I like them better than power supplies, and they're cheaper. They're the same price as those stupid Caspa bricks, right? Like, the basic carbon fiber cable is only $22. I might actually end up just buying one myself, instead of getting him to send me one. I don't know yet. I gotta figure it out. I have a 2060 solo mining Bitcoin. Sadie, I wonder how much power that costs you to use. That's kind of wild. But yeah, guys, I don't know. I think it's weird. I think at this point with a lot of these ASICs, we're into like solo mining territory. Um, I think, and you know, a lot of the larger tubers will confirm this as well. I think like with the Caspa network, right? You're seeing, let me go to, so you're seeing it be so much more profitable, right? To mine Caspa and sell it into Bitcoin because like look at Bitcoin. Nothing's profitable at 13 cents. You need to go to like 4 cents to be profitable, right? I'm not going to go down to 4 cents because it'll just scale appropriately anyway. Like, so you see an S21 makes you $7 a day, all right? And that's an S21 Hydro. An S21 Immersion makes you $3 a day. A basic S21 Pro makes you $1.30 a day. Now let's go to K Heavy Hash, right? $20 a day, $19 a day, Cas5M $10 a day. It is way more profitable to mine Caspa and sell it into Bitcoin right now. And you're going to see the Caspa hash rate go higher and higher and higher. And I think we might end up seeing the death of home Caspa mining. I really believe that. Now, when I say that, I think you'll still be able to solo mine it just because of how it works. But like, I don't know if you're going to buy like a $5,000 Caspa miner to solo mine it. I really don't. I think as the KS zeros get larger, right? Like if we see like a 1 terahash, if iceriver releases like a 1 terahash KS zero, so like they call it like the ultra or like the 1 terahash model, I think it'll probably be worth my buying in the vein of like solo mining. Like it depends on what it launches for and stuff like that. But I think you could be profitable solo mining Caspa. I really do. Aussie is at 4.3 cents, still running S19s. We hate you, Aussie. Together we hate you. Sterling Spectre says I just got an S21 up and hosted at 0.65 cents. I mean, you're profitable at that, so that's cool. Maslix Ninja, what's going on? Yeah, I mean, I think hosting is going to become more of the future. I just have to. I think I could work with hosts, but I have to figure out, I have to wrap my head around would I ever host my products. And then I think that determines how I kind of change my views for hosting. So Pirate says I'd pay $200 for a KS01 terahash. You know, I would wonder if I would almost pay $300 for a KS01 terahash. I think what I might want to do is maybe kind of do a KA Box Pro video on like solo mining with it for a month and seeing how it does. It'd be one of those things where I don't know if I'd want to do it out of pocket, but I think it would be an interesting test to try with. But using $50 a month in power really kind of is awful. I really don't like that. So I've been going for about an hour and a half. We've got a lot of people watching. People are really into it. Smash that like button, guys. I think I'll go for I'll go for another maybe 5 to 10 minutes. To recap the stream real quick, we talked about GPU mining, how basically HBM GPUs are the only way to go, essentially. We talked about ASICs, how it's time to basically not buy Caspa ASICs as a home miner. Which you're probably going to see videos on all this stuff. And then we talked about a lithium ASICs. We talked about Decentral Tech, how their bitaxes are awesome. It was a great stream, guys. It was very productive. I think our buying patterns as home miners are going to have to change. I really believe that. I think it's going to have to change, and it's going to have to change rapidly. So I think you're going to see a lot of videos from me in the next week on that. I'm going to actually put the schedule together when I get off of here. Let's see. Dude lives in the middle of nowhere in Wyoming. Somebody with a really high hash rate. I'm really jealous of all of you people that have high hash rates. So Zapirate sent me links for the Echo, the Goldshell Echo. Look, I asked my Goldshell rep how much the price was. He says he doesn't know yet. All the ASIC resellers are convinced it's going to be about $2,200. Guys, if that price is accurate, this thing is DOA. I hate to say that, but like, you're never going to get your money back. And it will be, if I get sent one for review, it will be a very difficult review to do, but I'm going to do it. And I think it's important to do it. It's it's gonna be like one of those things where you get it, and then what? I don't know what you do with it, right? Because like it's gonna make. Oh, so here's the thing, right? It makes right now the Echo. All right, where the Echo at my 13 cents. Is it up here? It's gonna make $2.28 a day. All right, and then it's gonna go down to $1 a day. But how much is it gonna cost me to run per month? So let's do that. So we're gonna go 1,800, and we're gonna times it by 744, and it's gonna be 1,339,000, 200,000. We're gonna divide it by 1,000, right? It's gonna cost me 1,339 kilowatt hours. Times that by my rate, which is 0.13. It's gonna cost me $174 a month to run this thing. So if it's gonna cost me $174 a month to run this thing, to make me what? Right now, it's gonna make me $2.28 a day. Guys, I think they should cancel the release, frankly. Like, I think that they should probably cancel the release, or you're gonna have to kill the price even more. I mean, I think if it was me and I have this box set, right, I would look to convert it into an Alethea miner right away. I don't know why this isn't an Alethea miner. You can't. Part of me almost doesn't even want to get it sent to me for review, but I think it's really, really important for my channel that I do the review and I do it honestly, and I think it's important for Goldshell to see it. Like, I think it's time to stop making Caspa miners. Guys, I don't know what to say, right? Like, I'm at a loss for words. I'm starting to wonder, right? I'm legitimately starting to wonder if we're at the end of home Caspa mining. I really seriously wonder this. I mean, are we at the point where like you have to look at Caspa almost like bitaxe style, where you buy like these small ice rivers just to solo mine with them? And I think it really, really sucks for a lot of people. Jock Miner says Bunga solo for the win. Yeah, I'm gonna look at that. I really am gonna look at that. But I think it really sucks for all of these people who bought KS0 Ultras when they were expensive, K Box Pros, KS5Ls, KS5Ms. Because you're going to see profitability fall off a cliff. And it's going to be soon. It's going to be really soon. Now, will Cedra and Bunga save us? I mean, I don't know. Here, let's calculate it, right? I always forget the numbers how to do this. Let's, what is it? Gigahash to megahash conversion rate, right? All right, so let's just go 400. Let's just do the Goldshell, 1.6 terahash. We'll do the K box. All right, so megahash. Here's the megahash. We're gonna go on mining. We're gonna go on the calculator for Caspa, right? Let's just start this over. We're going to go to Caspa. Where are you, Caspa? 1.6 megahash, 600 watts. 600 watts, right? And you can see the calculator. 55 cents profit a day. Honestly, I think mine's getting shut off. I really do. I don't want to carry that high power load for such a low profit. So let's convert that, right? Let's go to Bunga. And I sold my Bunga bag, by the way, and I did pretty well. My KS0s were mining Bunga for free for a long time. And I got like $100. I think we were mining it for like 3 months, and I got $100 out of it. So if I made $100 in 3 months mining, I think that was worth it. So we're going to calculate Bunga. Bunga's losing you $2.82. That's cute. So let's go to Cedra. Wait. I did that wrong. Apologies. 600, not 1.6. Bunga's making you less, 30 cents. All right, now let's go to Cedra. I mean, I guess you could solo mine it because the network hash rate is super low. All right, so we're going to go to Cedra now. You're making 60 cents. Okay, so Siege's more profitable. But like, do you want to pay 147? So you pay $174 a month in power, right? To make, now this is after you sell for your power, right? To make 18 bucks. I don't really think I want to live in that life. Like, I mean, it's a good write-off, and maybe I need more write-offs, but I I don't really want to shell out the money right now. For my situation, it doesn't make sense. Um, let's see. Bunga down for me last week. Yeah, I sold all my Bunga. I still didn't ROI my November KS0 Pro patch, and that's without power. Think about that. Look, guys, like I said, you're gonna have to look at Caspa as a solo mining game, I think now. Like, I think K Heavy Hash, I think we're done mining it. I think, like, as home miners, I think it's done. That really kind of sucks. Wow. I'm kind of depressed about that right now. Um, I don't think I can recommend almost any miners to buy. That's a big bummer. That's a big bummer right now. Well, on that note, I think I'm gonna stop the stream here. I'm glad we had this stream. I'm gonna do a stream tomorrow maybe where we focus on some more positive news, probably some Gamescom news, some other tech stuff, some PC building stuff. I think we're gonna focus on that a little bit tomorrow. Thank you guys for tuning into this stream. I think you're gonna see me do once or twice a week streams now. I don't think I can do 3-day a week streams. I just think I got too much going on in life. I did actually start a I can't think of the words properly. I can't use the words. I did start Super Peer. If you ever want to check that out, if any of you ever want to book sessions with me for gaming or for mining or for getting my opinion on stuff or for helping you through stuff, you can check that out. If it's not your cup of tea, don't worry about it. I priced it out where it was worth it for me to do. Otherwise, I can just keep doing what I'm doing. I appreciate you guys for joining. Smash that like button, like and subscribe. You know, we had a minor outage, but we did pretty good. Went for an hour and a half. Thank you guys again for watching. I don't think there's any streams to tune into, but just go back on YouTube and see if anybody's streaming. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe. Look for a lot of videos fleshing out a lot of the topics we talked about today in the coming weeks. Fruitman is